Okay, now, undivided attention for this news as if I didn't know what it was.
Cruz just asked me to marry him again.
That's wonderful. I was hoping it was that.
Well, it's all because of you, Daddy. You're the one who got us back together again.
Well, I don't think I can take the full credit, but if I had a little part in it, I am pleased. And you don't know how happy it makes me to see you happy and secure.
No, honey, me too. Me too. Love you so much.
I love you too. So, what happened here? You look exhausted.
Well, honey, I'm going to have to tell you something, and I don't want you to get upset. I've been told that I've had a small stroke.
Daddy, no.
The doctor's been here. He's given your father a shot and some medication. Now he's just going to have to take it easy for a while.
I don't believe us. Why aren't you in the hospital?
Well, he doesn't want to be. So we're going to have to keep him here and do the best we can to take care of him.
What can I do? Tell me.
Well, you've already done something. Good news is terrific medicine.
No, I'm serious. I didn't realize that you were ill.
Well, I guess you need to know the whole story. I have an aneurysm. It means that I may have a larger stroke at any time.
Daddy.
Well, we're hopefully not talking about the near future, but if it happens, then there is something I want both of you to know.
Cece, do you really think it's the time right now?
Sophia, I must talk about it right now, or I'll never have any peace. If there is a chance that I have a massive stroke, and it leaves me incapacitated or in a coma, then I want you to promise me you won't let me suffer.
Daddy, please don't talk like this.
Eden, we've got to face this. If the time comes when you have to make that decision, I want you to know my wishes. Now, I trust you. I want you to promise me that you won't let a bunch of tubes and machines keep me alive.
Daddy, you're not gonna die.
Promise me.
I won't let you.
Promise me. Will you do that?
I promise you, but it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna die.
Hi, Cruz, can I get a story from you? A
Listen,
statement
Bill,
of any
look, you know
kind?
how I feel about this thing, but... Excuse me, will you? Hey. What's the matter, baby?
Oh, everything. Just everything.
Oh, no. Now, when I left, you were going to go tell your family that you and I are back together again?
Oh, I did. Daddy was very happy. Oh, Cruz.
Then what is it?
I'm just afraid.
About the trial?
But Dick just can't be found guilty now, not the way Daddy is right now.
Well, I know it would break his heart probably, but I mean... I'd give anything in the world to be able to reassure you, Eden, but I don't know how.
Well, it looks bad for him. Everyone knows that. This trial could end today, and we haven't done anything to help him. I mean, why couldn't something be done to make sure this doesn't last any longer?
I thought that the shirt idea would pay off, but it looks like it's going to be a dead end. But I am pushing forensics to try to generate some alternative
But it's a long
interpretation.
shot.
Well,
We only have a few hours left.
Long shots pay off sometimes.
Sometimes isn't good enough. I'm sorry.
I know. It's okay, I understand.
I know you do. And why didn't Mason get more character witnesses for Ted? I mean, the entire senior class at Lyman Prep would have testified for him.
I think Mason's done a fine job of establishing Teddy's character. It's Christie's testimony and the pile of circumstantial evidence against him.
Then what can we do?
I don't know. But we can't give up.
I have never been so frightened in my entire life.
Hi.
Hi.
You okay?
Yeah.
I'm with you. Can I help?
Do you have time?
Nothing but. What's on your mind?
What is it? in this life that you can trust?
Well, that's like the world's toughest question.
I believe in Ted. Not because he's my brother. He is the most honest human being I have ever met. And if one person on this earth should be treated fairly, it's him. He's never hurt anyone. Why is life being unfair to him?
Eden, he hasn't been convicted yet.
Don't give me false hope.
Yeah, I know. It seems bad for him. That's obvious. I admit that. But, you know, I've seen some very surprising, even astounding reversals in situations like this. It can happen. So, I have hope.
I want something I can believe in. I want something I can count on. I need that.
Is it too easy to say you can count on me?
You know, when we're children, we always think that our mom and dad, they're indestructible. Because that's what, we just need them so much, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unthinkable that they could die.
Are you talking about your father?
I'm still a child.
Yeah. And kind of a lost child right now, aren't you?
I need...
Come here. Oh, no, baby. Oh. I'm here for you. And I always will be.
I'm afraid to believe in that because I'm afraid something's gonna happen to you.
No. No, nothing's gonna happen to me. I'm gonna be here for you, Eden, always. You need something to trust. You trust that.
I can't stand this. Ted was good, wasn't he?
Well, I think he did his best.
And Steve Bassett, I think he's the most hateful person I have ever met.
Mason? Yeah? I've been looking at the pictures Nick has been taking. Yeah? I don't know if you realize this or not, but when Christy's on the stand, every time your back is turned, she's been staring at Bassett. And Nick caught him nodding to her and then alternately smiling at her and then frowning at her.
Well, do you think he could be prompting her?
In my opinion, that's what it looks like.
What does that mean?
Well, it could mean that Bassett is in on her lie.
Exactly, boy. If we could just prove that.
Well, wait a second. You mean he knows that Ted is not lying and he's still prosecuting him?
What do you think, Counselor?
Well, I don't think it's inconceivable. But I think it's more likely he's doing everything he can to get her to stick to her story so that his case holds up.
Mason, Ted can't go to prison because of those terrible people. They're ganging up on him.
Doing everything I can, Eden.
I know that. I do. And there's a lot of pressure on you. I'm really glad that you're defending him.
Thank you, Eden.
You know, I thought I knew your every expression and your every mood, but I don't think I've seen that look on your face right now. What are you thinking?
I was just doing what my parents always taught me to do when things got out of control. I was praying. Guess we ought to go in there, huh?
Look, I feel a lot better about things now that I talked to you, Cruz. I don't know, maybe it's what you said to me about trust. I do trust you. And I have faith in you. And I love you. And I feel better. Maybe your prayers have been answered, huh?
I sure hope so.
Now, Christy, have you told us anything but the truth here?
I'm telling the truth.
Admit it, Christy. When your sister asked you if Ted Capwell was the one who raped you, didn't you simply take the easy way out and say yes? Wasn't it simply easier?
You don't understand. I love my family and they love me. It was so hard for them. Having to tell them what had happened to me would be... It was the hardest thing that I've done in my life.
Well, it's the way you've gone through your life, Christy. Maybe you don't know the difference between a lie and the truth anymore.
Sustained. You're out of order, Consul.
Your Honor, a fine young man has been accused of a crime he didn't commit by this girl who's been proven over and over again to be a liar.
Proven by whom? You're the only one who's called her that, Capel.
Her own mother and sister know it. Bassett!
That's enough. I won't tolerate this bickering between you two.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Christy, what have you gained by accusing Ted? Are you trying to protect someone else? Or do you just hate him because he didn't want you? Is it a punishment? Because if it is, for God's sakes, he's been punished enough.
Objection.
Why don't you just admit that it's a lie, Christy? Or are you so lacking in conscience that you don't care if an innocent person goes to prison because of you?
I can't help it if he goes to prison. It's him who's committing crime. Anyone would know who raped and beat her. I know is Ted Capwell.
It's over. We won.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Bassett, will you redirect?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Ball, you may step down. I said you may step down, Mr. Ball.
I don't want to step down,
Consul have finished questioning.
but I'm not finished. I have something that I want to say.
I said you may step down, Mr. Ball.
I want to step down,
The Consul have finished their questioning.
but I haven't finished. I have something I want to say.
Christy, you've been excused. Your testimony is finished.
Just a minute, please. I think if the witness has something to add, she should be allowed to say it.
Mr. Bassett, do you know what it is your witness wants to say?
No, Your Honor, I have no idea. As far as I'm aware, she has no further statement to make. But since there does seem to be something, I'd like to call a short recess so that I can confer with her about whatever it is.
I object to the calling of a recess. The witness is obviously ready to continue. I think she should be allowed to.
Your Honor, this is highly irregular. The questioning is over. I must be allowed to confer with the witness.
Well, I don't like surprises either. Court will recess for 20 minutes. Bailiff, please see if the courtroom is clear until we reconvene. Mr. Bassett, I'd like to see you in my chambers, please.
Well, what does this mean, Mason? What statement could she possibly be wanting to make?
I have no way of knowing. I have to think it may be a good sign, though.
Yeah, I think the way you exposed her as having lied to just about everybody pretty much destroyed her credibility in the eyes of the jury.
Let's hope you're right about that.
Well, you really shook her up. I mean, maybe she's rethinking her whole story. I mean, that would be wonderful, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Hi, Max. How you doing?
No, can't complain.
This from forensics?
That's it.
Thank you. You'll excuse me? Mary, excuse me. Thanks. Steve, what is it?
Oh, Cruz.
Yeah, forensics just finished some work I asked them to do. I think it's going to be very helpful.
Fine, I'll look at it.
Why don't you look at it right away? It's rather important.
Are you now ready to make your statement?
Yes, sir.
You may proceed.
When this trial started, I was really sure that Ted Capel was the person who raped me. And because I was so sure, it kind of kept me going through all this. I really believe that I was right. But in the last few days, I've started having some doubts, and I'm not so positive now.
What do you think now?
When I close my eyes really tight and I think about it, I kind of have this fuzzy memory of Ted going away, leaving the snack bar, and I was there alone that night. Or at least I thought I was. I remember some music playing on the jukebox, and that I felt really bad because of the fight that I had with Ted over the bracelet. I think that what happened to me that night after that was so bad and so terrible that I made myself forget a lot of what happened. I talked to the lady from the Rape Crisis Center, and she said that a trauma like this can make you confused, and I guess that's what happened to me. She gave me this book, and I read it. It was about mental blocks and how you get them and everything. And I think that's what I had. In the beginning, I really believed that Ted had come back and attacked me. But now that I've seen the shirt, and I know that they found some scrapings under my nails that weren't Ted's, I guess that kind of cleared any mental block that I had. What I'm trying to say is that I know now that Ted Capel didn't rape me.
Mr. Vall, why did you delay so long in making this statement? If seeing the actual shirt jogged your memory, why didn't you say so at the time?
I don't know. I guess I was just confused. I'd caused so much trouble already, and I didn't want to cause any more.
Are you now sure, beyond a shadow of a doubt?
Yes, sir, I am. I'm positive Ted Capel was not the person who raped me.
Do you presently have a clear impression of the face of the man who actually raped you? Did you get a sufficiently good look at him that you could identify him conclusively at this point? Did you understand the question? I asked if you could identify the rapist.
I'm not sure.
Did you see his face clearly at any time?
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
But do you remember anything at all about the man? The sound of his voice, for instance. Did he say anything to you at any time?
I'm sorry. I'm not sure.
Mr. Bassett, do you have any further questions for this witness?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Capel?
Yes, Your Honor. Christie, I'd like to know why you named Ted Capel as your attacker when in fact you never had any clear memory of the rape at all.
That's not exactly true. I thought that Ted had come back after we had the fight. I was hurt. I thought it was him.
But now you know that it wasn't.
Yes, I do. And I hope it's not too late to make it up to him. I mean, I'm sorry that I made such a big mistake. And I hope that Ted can forgive me.
Christie, do you absolutely confirm for this court that Ted Capel was not the man who raped you?
Yes, I do.
Your Honor, in light of this testimony, I move that the charges against Ted Capel be dropped and his case dismissed.
I will not entertain such a motion at this time. Mr. Bassett, will you approach the bench? Mr. Ball, you are to remain where you are. I would like the defendant, Ted Capel, present, along with the recorder. The court is now in a brief recess. Bailiff, you can see the room is cleared. Well, this is a rather dramatic reversal of testimony, Mr. Bassett.
I realize that, Your Honor, but after conferring with Christie, I'm convinced she's telling the truth. I've also just received a forensic study of the skin found under Christie's fingernails. It shows clearly that Ted's skin tissue came first. Christie scratched him first, then someone else later, the real rapist.
May I see that?
I don't want to see an innocent man punished, Your Honor.
Well?
Yes, Your Honor, there's no doubt Christie scratched someone else after she was with Ted.
Well, the equipment is state-of-the-art.
I understand this is helpful, but my brief concern is that someone may have tried to suborn perjury by tampering with this witness. I'm not prepared to dismiss the charges, and there's even a remote possibility that someone may have gotten to her and bribed or coerced her into changing her testimony.
I can guarantee you that nothing like that has happened, Your Honor. Christy is genuinely convinced that Ted didn't do it. She certainly wouldn't allow him to go free if he were guilty, no matter what the outside pressure.
Christy?
No, sir, no one got to me.
Bailiff, bring everyone back in. I must say I have grave misgivings about the way this case has been handled, or rather mishandled. This attorney's office from the very beginning. Time and money and effort have been spent in a case that obviously never should have been brought to trial. Well, in any event, I don't intend to compound the error by prolonging it. Gentlemen, you remember, if this case is dismissed, it can't be tried against Ted. You resume your seats. Mr. Ball, you are dismissed. Mr. Bassett, I will entertain a motion from you.
Your Honor, due to the partial return of Christie's memory to the night of the rape, which has been corroborated by other evidence, the District Attorney's Office would like to move for the dismissal of all charges against the defendant, Ted Campbell.
Order. This court is not adjourned. We are still in session, and I will have quiet in this courtroom. I would like to apologize to Ted Capel and the Capel family for subjecting them to this public ordeal of this nature. And I strongly admonish the District Attorney's Office to redouble his efforts in finding the real rapist. Even though a wrong man has been accused of it, the crime has still been committed here, and a young woman violated. Now, whoever is responsible for this is still at large, and he must be captured and put away. We can do no further harm. Ted Capel, will you please rise? You have the apologies of this prosecutor's office and of this court. Henceforth, you are a free man. This case is dismissed.
Steve, I didn't mean you. Please just don't hurt Ed. I'll do anything for you from now on.
From now on's a long time, Christie.
No.
Just be sure you do know. I think you'd better go home with your mother and Mary. Stay there and wait for me. The judge wants to see me. We're going to talk about this when I get home.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you, Cruz, man. Thanks for everything, really.
I want you to know that we're going to keep looking until we find the guy who did this. Believe me.
Now I can honor him with that. He's a free man.
Oh, come on. Forget Mason, man. What can I say, huh?
I'll settle for eternal gratitude.
Well, you got it.
I'm so happy.
Rose deserves a little gratitude, godson.
I'm getting another congratulations hug.
Oh.
I'm so happy for you.
Well, look, let's get out of here and go party, huh? Where's Lakin? Lakin?
Right here. Oh, Dad.
Would I lie to you? Sure. Yeah.
Hey, good looking. Wanna have a good time?
Bye. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, Eden, I don't believe this. We're kissing in public in front of God and everybody.
Well, I have nothing to hide. You gonna be at the party later?
I don't know. You want me there?
Are you kidding? It wouldn't be a party without you. Besides, I'd die if you didn't show up.
Well, I don't want that on my conscience. I guess I better show up.
I have a big reward for you.
Oh, yeah, like what?
A couple of things. But for one, I'm wearing a dress so smashing you won't realize whether we're in public or private because it won't make a difference. You won't be able to resist me.
Must be some dress.
You'll see. You be the judge.